The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. Please consider a one-time donation. The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
Good evening and welcome to Osseo High School for tonight's Section 7 4A semifinal matchup between the Duluth East Greyhounds and the Blaine Bengals. How you doing, everybody? Dave Washburn along with my partner tonight, Jim Kappelhoff. And Jim and I together for the first time. Can you hear me, Jim?
I can hear you, Dave.
Okay, all right.
I'm over here.
All right.
I'm right here, pal.
We are right next to the band, so it's kind of hard to hear what's going on here. But Jim and I together for the first time this season. Good to have Jim here. And the Blaine Bengals coming in off a great season. Leading the way was Kim Sorensen. You just saw her a minute ago. But also a great job this year by Stephanie Ryder.
Yeah, Stephanie comes in. You can't talk about the Bengals unless you talk about Stephanie Ryder, and she's having a big season this year. 19.7 points per game, and I think she's leading the conference, and she's second in the state in scoring, or third in the state in scoring. So she's a big key to this offense, and she should be lighting it up tonight against Duluth East.
Yeah, and one thing about Steph, too, is her versatility. Not only is she the top scorer on the team, but she's like third in rebounding, second in assists, second in steals, and third in block shots. So she does a little bit of everything here for the Bengals.
She's the complete package, Dave.
And then tonight we're looking at a pretty good matchup. It'll be the big girls of Blaine going up against the much smaller and quicker Duluth East lineup. And first off, well, why don't we get the starting lineups out of the way, and then we can talk a little bit more about Duluth East as we will take a look at the starters for Duluth East. And they go with a smaller lineup, 2 forwards, 3 guards. The guards are Megan Freeman, her sister Katie Freeman, Tara Wegahopt, Jenna Reineman, the other guard, and then the forwards are Carrie Stelmacher, I should say, and as I mentioned, Katie Freeman. And there you see their leading scorer, Jenna Reineman, having a great season. And for the Bengals, number 24, Megan Freeman. We have Charity Reitmeyer at center. Sarah Osborne and Jenny Charbonneau are the forwards, and then Kim Sorensen and, as we mentioned, Stephanie Ryder, the guards for the Blaine Bengals. As Stephanie Ryder off to a great season, and that was actually Charity Reitmeyer that you saw right there. But now, Jim, the Duluth East Greyhounds play like Greyhounds. They're a smaller team, and they like to move up and down the floor.
Well, I think that's been a trademark of Duluth East basketball teams through the years, going way back to when my daughter was in the program. Duluth East was they didn't have a lot of big players, but they certainly got up and down the court and got after you. They're a very pesky team. They'd like to bother you on offense, get in your face type of defense, and they create a lot of steals. And that's what Blaine's going to have to be careful with. And the outside shooting is the thing that's going to probably have to carry this team over the bigger Blaine Bengals as their outside shooting to stay in this game.
All right. By the way, our coaches tonight for Duluth East, Carol Zanardi, and then, of course, Steve Ryder, the longtime coach. I think he's got tenure now at Blaine over all the coaches at Blaine High School with all the coaching movements that have happened in recent years. But Steve Ryder, longtime Bengals coach, and having another successful year. There you get a look at Coach Ryder. Rick Swanson helping him out on the bench along with Chuck Sater, his assistant coaches.
That is definitely the girls basketball brain trust right there, and hats off to all of them.
All right, off the tap, Reitmeyer wins the tap, but it goes to the Greyhounds, as bring it up will be Stelmacher. Long shot, no good, and coming away with the board is Wegehopt. Here's a steal for the Bengals. Swinging around the outside, and Kim Sorensen will set it up for the Bengals. Sorensen leading the team in assists. Here's a long three-pointer by Ryder off the mark, but coming away with it is Charbonneau, and her shot up and in.
Nice job by Charbonneau getting that rebound. You can notice now the Bengals with their size are dominating inside the board. Should do that all night. Although Duluth East has come off flying up and down the court, they're going to have to make some shots here.
Well, as expected in this game, Duluth East will move it around the perimeter. Try to see if they can work something inside against the much taller Bengals. Stepping on the end line was Katie Freeman.
And Blaine in his own defense trying to keep those players on the outside and forcing them to make those outside shots.
Here's Sorensen off to Ryder. Ryder gets a nice pick by Reitmeyer. Back out on top. Inside, and Charity Reitmeyer with the bunny.
Nice play. Charity Reitmeyer underneath the basket, just a give and go, and look at her underneath, and there she was.
Charbonneau putting some nice defense on Reineman. Reineman the leading scorer for Duluth East. Pass inside, kick it back out. Driving and losing the ball once again was Wegehopt. 3 turnovers in the early going. Ryder for 3. Doesn't go.
And you talk about the Duluth East, how quick they're supposed to be, but Blaine can get up and down that court too. You look at Kim Sorensen pushing that ball up the court.
Here's a three-pointer by Megan Freeman. Doesn't go, and Reitmeyer comes down with the board. Sorensen cut off, looking for some help. Gets it off to Osborne. Doesn't go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's what Blaine's going to have to do all night here, is just feed the inside, the bigger girls over the Duluth East girls, and they should get some pretty good looks at the basket.
And there you see a nice look by Osborne. And she'll make the first. So the Bengals out to the early 5-0 lead here. See if Blaine can get a shutout tonight.
Well, if they do, I'm taking you out to dinner.
All right, that works for me. Nearly a foul there by Osborne, but she backed off.
Very close.
Reineman will play catch with Freeman. Back to Reineman. She will drive the paint. Scoop layup doesn't go, and Osborne pulls down the board. And rebounding is going to be a big key, I think, in this game with the height advantage for the Bengals.
Well, absolutely. It's going to wear down Duluth, too. If they get one quality shot off and they can't make that shot and drive inside and keep blowing those. That's a walk, I guess. But Duluth has to find a way to crack that zone, and they haven't yet.
Yeah, on the other end, the Greyhounds trying to play man-to-man defense, and that's got to be tough with the matchups. Trapped by the Bengals. Over to the far side, wide open for the shot, and finally on the board. Megan Freeman gets the first basket for the Greyhounds.
That was a very well-needed basket by Duluth just to keep themselves in the groove here. Losing a little confidence when they come down the court and miss 3 or 4 times in a row.
Sorensen. Off to Osborne. Inside, wide open. Reitmeyer waits for the contact, doesn't get the foul, but she'll get the layup.
Nice play. I think Blaine has done a very good job of scouting the Duluth team, because what's happening is the Blaine Bengals are sucking the whole defense out on the perimeter and leaving a backdoor girl open underneath.
Well, the three-pointer by Reineman doesn't go. Sorensen will move it up the floor. Little transition offense, and first 2 points of the night for Stephanie Ryder.
Stephanie Ryder, all-around player for Bengals, scoring inside, outside. She does it all.
Swinging around the perimeter, three-point shot, way off, taken by Megan Freeman. They'll push it up the floor. Charbonneau leaves it, and back to Charbonneau. Reitmeyer swinging around the outside to Ryder, looking inside for Osborne. This will be a 2, and it counts.
Nice shot by Kim Sorensen. Zanardi's going to have to call a timeout here because it's starting to get away from him a little bit. And very well timed out. I mean, they got a 10-point lead, Blaine does, and you got to slow it down.
Yeah, the Bengals beating Duluth at their own game, able to move the ball up the floor and score at will, as they are. Steve Ryder, when I talked with him before the game, was a little bit concerned about his team's speed, being able to keep up with the Greyhounds, but they're not having much problems here in the early going.
No, they're not, and I don't know whether Duluth East has jet lag or what, but they sure aren't going up and down the court like everybody thought they were going to. But Blaine has definitely come out here to play tonight.
I'll take a look at the brackets here. As you may have seen already, the Cougars knock off St. Francis, skating by in that one by a score of 61-60. And the winner of this game will get to play Centennial for the championship here on Friday night.
Couple of neighbors going at it.
Yep. Yeah, it's nice to see 3 North Metro teams, Centennial, Blaine, and St. Francis, all in the rankings at one time or another during the course of the season as well.
That's right. They're putting out a good product up in this area.
And more pressure defenses. Sorensen comes away with the steal. Off to Ryder. Sorensen for 3, and she misses everything. And saving it back in bounds was Jessica Mercier. Kick it off to Osborne, back outside to Ryder. They'll reset the offense. Sorensen inside. Back off to Sorensen. And fresh in the game for the Bengals, Kelsey Preble.
And you talk about Kim Sorensen's defense, which she's probably had a couple steals right now. She leads the team in steals at 85 this year, so that's huge.
Yeah, great defensive player. Sorensen doesn't score a lot, but she helps out with the assists, leading assist getter. I think she's got nearly 110, 109, I think, in the assist category. And we'll have a foul on the shot. And as you mentioned, with the steals as well. So she helps out in other ways. Foul's going to go on Preble, her first and the team's first.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls called right now. 1 on each team.
And she will miss the first. And Sharbs will check back in for the Bengals. And she'll hit the second. So they cut it to a 9-point game.
It's one of the outstanding things Duluth has done, though, is that they are a good free throw shooting team. Reineman, who was up there, was an 82% free throw shooter. So if they get to the line.
That's something I was talking with Jill Beckham, the Centennial coach, before the game. Free throw shooting in girls basketball this year seems to really be down. And the Bengals, for example, a great team, but they're only shooting about 58% as a team. And there's a shot by Mercier. She misses everything. Reineman. She'll take it herself into the paint. She's blocked, and we're going to have a foul. And I believe that'll go on Jessica Mercier.
Now, Reineman has that tendency to drive that lane. If she sees nobody open to dish it off to, she'll take it herself. And she kind of had that little pro hop thing that she did there, kind of bounce in the lane, take that one hop and get up to the basket, draws a lot of fouls.
And hitting the first free throw will be Reineman. She's 2 of 3 now. And half of the scoring for Duluth East coming from the line in the early going
From the line, yeah.
And she'll hit them both.
That's where you win the tough games, the close games, is at the line. And, you know, you said like Blaine is not a very good free throw shooting team. They come up against these other teams that are good at that, and it's close. They could have some problems. But
Mercier loses the ball. We're going to have a jump ball, Blaine possession, so they'll keep it.
Good hustle by Mercier, getting that loose ball. Going down to the floor here, you'll see this. Popped out of her hands, and she's hung on to it. Well, there's a quick whistle, too, on it.
Inside to Mercier, she'll kick it out. Charbonneau off the back iron. And Mercier will be called for over the back. That's her second foul here in the early going. She may need to sit down here.
Yeah, Mercier's getting a little frustrated on the inside. You know, she's dominating underneath the basket. But the girls for Duluth East are, like I said before, in the pregame, that they are pesky. And if you bring that ball down in the lane like that, they're going to be all over it.
And there's a three-pointer, nothing but the bottom of the net for Megan Freeman. She's got 5 of Duluth's 8 points. Ryder tries to answer, and it'll be Duluth East ball.
Now Blaine has hit a dry spell here in probably the last 3 or 4 minutes, and has let Duluth East creep back into this game, which you don't want to do to a team like Duluth East. They have won 19 games, remind you, this season.
Yeah, the Bengals have gone ice cold after jumping out to a 10-point lead. And Ryder will come away with the board. Pass up ahead to Charbonneau. Looking inside to Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer turnaround shot doesn't go. Mercier with the putback, little strong. And the Bengals will keep possession.
You got to make those when you're underneath there like that.
They reverse the call. Will be Duluth East basketball.
You're inside there that close. You bank 2 of them off like that and not make the basket. You know, you got to take control of that.
Yeah, actually, they called Charity Reitmeyer on a foul. So that's the 4th team foul already on the Bengals. That could be trouble later. In the corner, no shot taken by Stallmacher. They'll swing it around to the near side. Inside to Carrie Stallmacher, and
Duluth East didn't need that turnover. They had a few of them at the beginning of this quarter, and then they settled down. Now this one was costly because you have 30 seconds left in the quarter. Would have brought you within 2 points, possibly 1.
Down to the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. This one's gone pretty quick. Ryder will stop at the free throw line. Her shot off a little bit, and coming away with it is Tara Wegahop. That'll be off of the Bengals, and Duluth East will keep possession.
The Bengals doing a fine job of doing the trap here, double teaming on the guard coming down with the ball.
Yeah, they're trying not to go full court pressure. They're letting Sorensen come out and press the point guard. As Reineman is blocked by Reitmeyer. Sorensen off to Ryder, and she hits the 3 to end the first quarter.
Now that was a dagger in the heart right there in this quarter. A nice steal, nice toss, kicked it out to the 3-point shooter, Ryder, and she buries that 3 with a second left on the clock.
Well, scoring in the quarter for the Bengals, leading the way, Stephanie Ryder with 5, Charity Reitmeyer with 4 points, 2 apiece for Sorensen, Osborne, and Charbonneau. Jenna Reineman with 3 points for Duluth East and 5 for Megan Freeman. As you see that 3-pointer go in the final seconds here of the quarter.
That was a nice shot by Stephanie Ryder, and they were dry for a while there for the last 4 minutes, probably the last half of that quarter. So that's a spark they needed to stay on top.
Well, here you see the statistical leaders for the Bengals. And as I mentioned, Ryder number 3 in rebounds, number 2 in steals, number 2 in assists. So doing a great job, and by far the leading scorer on this team.
Absolutely. You know, even though her dad's the coach, she's made a name for herself in Blaine Bengals basketball, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can recall a conversation I had with Steve, I think it was 2 years ago, 2 or 3 seasons ago when Steph was a sophomore, debating whether or not she should be starting at that point, concerned about what the other parents thought. I don't think they're too worried about that now.
No, I think all the critics are pretty well quiet now.
Exactly. And Sorensen's going to be called on a reach in here.
You do it on the floor.
Yep.
You prove yourself there.
So 5 team fouls now, and we're just at the beginning of the second quarter. Good ball movement by Duluth East, but the pass deflected. Turnover number 6. Sorensen stops short. Reitmeyer, count it, and she'll go to the line.
Nice follow by Reitmeyer to pick up that shot off of Sorensen's rebound, and nice putback. Now
Actually,
for a chance for a three-point play.
It's going to be Osborne. I saw the 3. I thought it was Reitmeyer, but actually it's Sarah Osborne.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yep. So Osborne will get the basket and the free throw. My bad. And second free throw off. Duluth East will get the ball.
Duluth East coming down here now in this offense. If you watch, they try to work the ball inside, but it's tough because Blaine is, I mean, you can just see the difference in the size and how Blaine spreads this zone out. It's very, very tough to get that ball inside. They collapse so well.
And as has been the case all night, Duluth East will pass it around the perimeter, see if they can find somebody open slashing to the basket.
You have nobody that can post up inside.
Long shot off the back iron. There with the rebound and the putback. Nice job by Katie Freeman.
Katie Freeman off that rebound came up, put the ball down once right in the lane and went up high.
I think if the Greyhounds are going to score inside, that's going to be how they're going to have to do it, is off the rebound.
Exactly.
Sorensen trapped in the corner, gets it off to Ryder, turnaround, shot goes.
Nice bucket by Stephanie Ryder there, turnaround jumper, right in her range. I think any place is her range, though.
Reineman, double dribble on the call as Sorensen went in for the steal, but Duluth East will turn it over. Let's take another look. And yeah, I thought Sorensen had the steal, but they called the double dribble.
Yep.
It's a turnover nonetheless. Charbonneau will leave it for Sorensen. Sorensen looking, loses the ball, and coming away with the turnover. Traveling the call as Tara Wagahopt took too many steps.
She saw that opening, tried to burn that corner and bring it inside. The only thing is she needed to bounce it one more time.
8 turnovers here in the first half for the Greyhounds.
And you don't want to turn the ball over 8 times in this early in the game against Blaine.
Ryder nearly stepped on the sideline, but saves it. Pass into Osborne, doesn't go. And she'll fight for the rebound. I think Sarah's going to be called for the foul.
That was a frustration foul there. She wanted that ball to go in, so she wasn't going to let it come out of there. Nice move, though.
Osborne with her first, but it's 16 fouls. Molly Reeser has checked into the game for the Bengals, by the way. She'll be out on Reineman. Give Sorensen a little bit of a break. Double team. Nice half-court trap by the Bengals as Duluth nearly throws it away. Long three-pointer by Wagahopt, I should say, and she hits it.
Wagahopt with some nice form there. Nobody really contested that set shot either. She had all day to put that one down.
So the Greyhounds cut the lead to 6. Osborne. Get it off to Ryder. Ryder behind the back, nearly lost it. Off to Reitmeyer. She's partially blocked. Actually, she's fouled, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Nice job of Reitmeyer. She's got to go up on that ball, up on that shot, and that's exactly what she needed to do and draw the foul.
Megan Freeman will pick up the foul, her first and the third on the team. And Reitmeyer at the line to shoot 2. And she'll miss the first.
And I think we discussed that shooting problem at the line for the Bengals, and hopefully this doesn't haunt them in this game.
Yeah, Reitmeyer only a 42% free throw shooter. And off the miss, Osborne with the left-handed putback.
Sarah Osborne's playing a very aggressive game on both ends of the court here, and she just was a little over-aggressive on that one, but I like the way she's playing right now. She's taking charge underneath the boards.
Well, picking up the foul will be Osborne, her second. And we're in the 1-and-1 situation now. And she makes the first.
Reineman's an 82% free throw shooter.
And she's shown it so far tonight.
Absolutely.
She is 3 of 4 so far. Make that 4 of 5.
Nice touch.
Make that 5 of 6, I should say, in the early going. So 6-point Bengal lead here in the early going. We're nearly halfway through the second quarter. Sorensen back in the game for the Bengals, and we'll have an offensive foul. Or was it a 3-second call? Nope, offensive foul.
Molly Reeser.
Yep. And we're going to go back to the other end to shoot 1-and-1.
I did not see what was happening on there. It might have been a little push.
She's not too happy about it, but
no.
I'm kind of surprised on an offensive foul. They must have called a loose ball foul because you normally don't shoot free throws on an offensive foul.
No, you don't.
But nonetheless, at the line, Freeman. And she'll make the first. That's Katie Freeman. Her and her sister Megan, both starters. Katie, the elder of the two, the senior. And she'll hit them both. So the lead cut down to 4 now. Sorensen over to Ryder. Long three-pointer by Ryder. Long. And stepping on the sideline as she gathered it in was Reineman. And the Bengals will keep possession.
Referee right on that one. Stephanie a little off in the three-point shot. She's made one, I think, tonight.
Let me check here. Yes, she has. Kick it off to Charbonneau. And Sorensen in among the trees gets the rebound, and Charbonneau will pop it in from about 12 feet out.
Sorensen out of nowhere. Somebody comes up with the ball. It's Kim Sorensen walking out with it. Yeah. Nice hustle.
5'4" Kim Sorensen, the shortest player on the floor. Goes in among 4 Duluth East players, and we're going to have a push on the pass. I think Reitmeyer's going to be called for that one.
Yeah, Charity was a little too close on that one.
And there you see.
Oh, okay, yes. Underneath.
And she misses the first one. Now the Bengals have got to watch the double bonus. They've got 19 fouls already here. Ryder will bring it up. Off to Charbonneau. Charbonneau looking for Osborne, but she can't get free. Tries to get a pick from Ryder. Things got too clogged up. They'll reset it out on top. Ryder off to Sorensen. Sorensen putting some nice moves on Wegahopt. Here's Osborne from the free throw line. Can't get a shot. And there's the steal. And a layup short. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Ooh. Somebody wanted that one over the back.
Yeah.
I think, huh? The crowd behind us did. That was a quick jump ball, too, though.
Yep. A lot of people were looking at that as a jump ball or as an over-the-back foul. But
exactly. One thing I've noticed, Dave, is Duluth has picked up the pace on defense. They're a little more closer to the Bengal offensive players right now, if you notice. they're shedding those picks as fast as they're delivered. So.
And now we're going to have a call on Wegahopt. That might be a little bit of a makeup call there.
Yeah, that might have been there. I don't know. I
didn't see a lot of contact on that one.
Man,
but,
oh man. We had a replay on that one. We might not even see it then.
Yeah. Here's Sorensen over to Ryder. Ryder thought about the three and said she'll take it inside, off the side of the rim. And she's kind of forcing things here a little bit, trying to get the offense going.
A little bit, yes. And a little frustration sensed in that one. You know, you just got to relax. You got a 6-point lead. You're okay.
Three-pointer, nothing but the bottom of the net for Megan Freeman. Her second three of the night.
Well, Duluth can shoot the ball. I mean, that's you know, a given. And if they get hot, this game could be closer than you think.
And we're going to have a push in the back as Reitmeyer couldn't get to it. I believe that was Megan Freeman with the foul. It was either Freeman or Wegahopt. Nope, it is Freeman. So 5 team fouls now on Duluth. Mercier is going to check back in, and Reitmeyer will sit down for the Bengals as they continue to rotate the big girls in and out. Here's Ryder off to Charbonneau, nearly caught her going the wrong way. Sorensen inside to Mercier. Charbonneau couldn't get the putback. See which way they call the foul. Looks like it's going on the Bengals.
Yeah, that, you know, right now the Bengals are being outplayed underneath the basket, and they shouldn't be because they're the bigger team, obviously. But there's a little more hustle in the Duluth East players right now, and a little more sense of urgency, which has brought this game to a 3-point lead for the Bengals.
And the Bengals now have put the Greyhounds in the double bonus, and missing the first free throw is Wegahopt.
And this is their forte, a good free throw shooting team like this. And they missed both. I think we jinxed them.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
All right, Sorensen off the screen from Ryder. Kind of a sideways pick and roll there. Ryder's three doesn't go. And Sorensen's shot from the outside doesn't go, and Reineman comes away with it for the Greyhounds, and hammered is Wegahopt, and Sarah Osborne now with 3 fouls here in the first half. She's going to have to sit down.
Yeah, she's going to have to take a break here. You know, that was a free and clear run there by number 22 for the Greyhounds. Tara Wegahopt, excuse me.
Yep.
And Duluth showed some speed on that where we talked about it earlier. We didn't see much of it, but right there they kicked it out, and they got down the court in a hurry. And Osborne had to take the foul.
Yeah, Reineman doing a nice job getting the outlet pass. And 1 of 4 for Wegahopt here in the first half. 2-point game. Here's Charbonneau off to Mercier. Over and back.
Over and back. They're just not in sync here, Dave. It doesn't look like. They just kind of a little bit of confusion in that run, and the play's real crisp right now. You can probably contribute to that a lot to Duluth's defensive structure right now.
Well, obviously a team that the Bengals don't get to see very often, so they're still feeling their way through. 3-pointer, and it goes for Wegahopt, her second 3 of the night. She has 7.
Wegahopt missed the free throws, but came back with a huge 3 to put them in the lead. And the Greyhound fans are going nuts.
Well, it's gone from a 10-point Bengal lead to a 1-point Duluth East lead here in the second quarter. And Steve Ryder has to get a timeout, talk things over with his girls. And yeah, I think you're right, Jim. The offense for the Bengals just seems to be just a half a step out of whack tonight. And you can credit the Duluth East defense for a lot of that, I think.
Yeah, I think what they did is after the first quarter, they saw what Blaine was doing, the picks and setting that in the back door. They took care of that. Some easy baskets that Blaine had made. They made some corrections for that. Played a little stiffer defense on man-to-man and created a lot of confusion with the Blaine offense. So now, you know, it's a chess match. They don't play Duluth East but once every 2 years. So now we'll see what Blaine does here after this first half.
And there you saw the Bengals schedule a 17-game winning streak for Blaine.
Yeah, and you do, you go into a playoff game, you're in the playoffs, and you got a 17-game winning streak on the line. That's a little bit of pressure to carry with you too.
By the way, the foul on Megan Freeman. She'll go sit down because she's got 3 now. So 16 fouls now on the Greyhounds. Sorensen off to Ryder. Ryder the long 3 off the mark. And Sorensen does a nice job of hustling in to get the rebound.
I think that's the second time here that she's followed Ryder's rebound right to the tee in the same place.
Nice kick out pass, and Charity Reitmeyer will hit the 2.
Charity Reitmeyer comes through in the clutch here. Nice pass, and right there in the lane. Puts down about 10-footer.
Reitmeyer with a nice game so far, 6 points here. The Greyhounds will pass it around the perimeter. And now in the game for Duluth East, by the way. Michelle Leiter, and traveling will be the call.
They got to be a little careful on that. They're trying to move the ball real well, and they have been on the outside of the perimeter, but when they try to make that move inside, it becomes a little more difficult.
Well, down to 16 seconds to go as the Bengals will go for the last shot in the half. Reitmeyer wide open at the top of the key. In and out. On the rebound, Mercier's got 6 seconds, kicks it out to Sorensen. 3 on the clock, plenty of time. Ryder for 3, just throws it at the basket. Wants a foul call, doesn't get it. And we'll head to the locker room with the Bengals up by 1.
What a flurry at the end there, Dave. That was incredible. You talk about desire to get that ball up and in the basket. You could sense a little frustration in Stephanie Ryder right there when she just kind of threw it, and bodies were flying around. It's crazy.
All right, well, the Bengals leading by 1 here at the end of the first half as we're at halftime. And Blaine coming off of a very nice win over Coon Rapids in the opening round, winning that one by a score of 78-28. And we will have a highlight package coming up for you as Kent and Kip will tell you all about it. But first, we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll take a look at what happened in the first round for the Blaine Bengals. We'll be back right after this. My goodness, I wish I could dance like that. The Bengals fans having a good time here tonight at Osseo, and actually pretty good representation from Duluth East over on the far side. But the Bengals hanging on to their 1-point lead. Nothing like the game that they had last Thursday night against Coon Rapids, winning that game by 50 points. And Kent and Kip will tell you all about it.
For a quarterfinal, Coon Rapids at Blaine. Stephanie Ryder from deep outside, her 9th basket on the year, and not wasting any time with a bunch of misses. Cardinals go inside to Paula Egger.
Back inside to Egger, the hook shot.
That's good. She practices hours a day on that shot, Paula Egger. But Ryder's put in some practice time from shooting at the top of the key, and it shows. Practice makes perfect. And when Ryder does miss, Charity Reitmeyer is there to clean up and put things back in order. How about some Bengal defense? Jenny Charbonneau, the steal. She's going to start the fast break and finish it. A bucket for Charbonneau. It's 18-6 Bengals after 1 quarter of play. Second quarter, Bengals defense sure is good. Kim Sorensen, so quick, so good, so 2 points. Yep, sure is good. Offense ain't bad either. Ryder to Sarah Osborne, calling for it. Off the dribble, rolls in. Sarah Osborne, center of attention. Late in the second, Kelsey Preble, baseline runner, of course. Preble and the Bengals 35-10 at the break. Third quarter, Ryder takes a step back and fires it. I think she had a toe on the line, or that could have been half court, I'm not quite sure. More Bengal D? Sure. Sarah Osborne, another steal, and Kim Sorensen's gonna end up with a layup here. She's good at those. And then this time the foot is on the line for Jenny Charbonneau, who nails the long two. Cardinals get their offense from Stephanie Fixell, hitting the long three here. Cardinals go to Fixell often in the third quarter. She hits another long one. She led the Cardinals with 8 points, but the Bengals too much as Charbonneau hits this time from behind the line, and the Bengals great defense. Ryder the steal, runs the floor with Kim Sorensen. Bengals do that so well. Too much defense, too many weapons. Bengals a 50-point win, 78-28. They move on to the semifinals.
And if you're Coon Rapids right now, you're feeling a little shell-shocked from the Bengals, as Blaine also played Coon Rapids in the final game of the regular season, winning that one by 47. So nearly a 100-point difference in two games in about a 1-week stretch here.
Yeah, that's a bit much to handle, I tell you. You know, and they had an article in the Minneapolis Tribune about the how they do the section playoffs and how these teams that the big #1 rated teams have to play the low rated teams at number 8s and so forth, and about, you know, they talk about Minneapolis Roosevelt. I don't know if you've seen that article or not, no. Dave, about how Minneapolis Roosevelt lost to, I can't remember who it was, 101-12, and you know, there's no mercy rule. I mean, the clock should start running when there's a 50-point lead, and they've talked about that and so forth. And there's pluses and minuses. People say, well, you know what? These kids don't care. They just want to play. They don't care if they lose or not. They just want to get there and play. It doesn't matter how big of a spread they have. So, yeah, it's kind of disheartening to lose by 50 points, Coon Rapids. Sometimes you're on the right side of it, and sometimes you're on the wrong side of it.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll total up all the numbers from the first half and get you going for the second half right after this. All right, welcome back to Osseo High School as we've got a 1-point game going into the second half. Well, let's take a quick look at our leading scorers from the first half of action. And there you see Tara Wegehopt with, actually those are switched around. Megan Freeman has 8, Tara Wegehopt has 7, and then Jenna Reineman with 5. Ryder leading the way for the Bengals, and she's got to get things going here in the second half.
Yeah, she does, Dave. That's, you know, they rely on Stephanie Ryder to put the big points up there. There's a little bit of a balanced attack going on there, but low scoring, and Duluth East is staying with them. So, you know, I would suspect that the girls might have got a little bit of an earful from Coach Ryder in the locker room.
Well, the one good thing for the Bengals is they've held down the turnovers. Only 4 in the first half, 9 for Duluth East. And the Bengals will come away with another turnover here to start the second half. Sorensen. He'll drive to the paint, kick it out to Charbonneau. Sorensen looking inside for Reitmeyer, but she can't get open. And Duluth East doing another nice job defensively.
Duluth East playing that man-to-man very nicely.
Sorensen has her defender fall down, and a turnover as it goes off the hand of Reitmeyer.
I think Blaine came down there and methodically tried to make sure that they took care of the ball and looking for the open pass. And Duluth East still had a great person-to-person defense going and created another turnover.
After looking at the replay there, I need to correct myself. That was Osborne once again. One of these days I'll get a name called right. And slashing to the basket was Reineman, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I think it's going to be called on Charity Reitmeyer. You'll see her come in here, and yes, she got the body on her. And Reineman does have that tendency to drive the lane. If she sees that opening, she's going to take off, so you better be planted when she comes in.
Well, Reineman hits the first. By the way, in the first half, Duluth East 8 of 12 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 for the Bengals.
If this game stays close, it could be that story.
And basically, all of the points that Reineman has made tonight have been from the free throw line. Reitmeyer short. Ball loose on the floor. Nice save by Charbonneau, but right into the hands of a Duluth East player. And a lot of contact, but no whistles.
I don't know, Dave. It looks like the refs are letting them go, huh?
So
a lot
far.
of bodies falling down here.
The Bengals have to be kind of happy with that after giving up the double bonus early on in the second quarter. And
you know, you're right. And Blaine, they still don't know. Look like they're really know how to run their offense yet here. They're dribbling into people, and Duluth. If you watch them on defense, they're coming off those picks very nicely.
Well, they continue to swing it around the perimeter. 3-point shot doesn't go for Katie Freeman. Battle on the floor, and Sorensen will come up with it. Nice hustle by Ryder to get that ball to Sorensen.
And that was a nice no call. Everybody was going for the ball, and no bodies were flying into each other. Just kind of fell away from the ball.
No, Charbonneau will get it.
Charbonneau with a nice give and go. Looking for the pass, keeping the ball high above the Duluth East players.
And the scoop shot by Wegehopt doesn't go, but we'll have a foul on the play. We'll go on Duluth East on the rebound.
I didn't see that foul happen.
Now Katie Freeman will pick it up. Okay, I was in traffic. I was screened. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, yep.
Sorensen will bring it up for the Bengals. Off to Osborne, back to Sorensen. Thought for a moment about the three. Instead it'll be Ryder from way long distance. That was an NBA three and doesn't go. Pass up ahead to Wegehopt. Into the corner. Shot taken by Stellmacher. And the Greyhounds will come away with it.
Blaine is beating him to the ball, but they're not hanging on to it when they get to the ball. So, they got to start hanging in there with those rebounds.
3-point miss by Katie Freeman is once again Duluth East just passing it around the perimeter until they can get an open look. Charbonneau had Sorensen slashing to the basket, but couldn't get it to her. Here is Ryder into traffic. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, she took it upon herself to see what she had in the lane, and she did make the drive. The lane did close up and drew the foul.
Megan Freeman will pick up her 4th personal foul, and they're going to have to sit her down. But no movement on the bench over there as Ryder hits the first.
Well, I think they're talking about it right now. I think they're probably going to call either a timeout or they're going to. Well, they are putting a sub in now.
Yeah, that'll be Michelle Leiter, and she hits them both. So a 6-player rotation for Duluth East. They may have to expand that a little bit if Freeman continues in foul trouble.
Well, she's got 4 on her right now.
Yep. Megan Freeman, that is. And the shot off the mark by Katie Freeman, and we'll have a foul on the rebound as Wegehopt goes down hard.
Jenny Charbonneau had the ball in her hand, and the Wega hop came down pretty hard on her back. I thought she didn't have anything to brace that fall.
Charbonneau will pick up her second foul. And here come the Bengals back the other way up to Reitmeyer, and the layup goes. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
That's what they need, that quick break, that quick outlet. You know, Blaine is so much bigger than what the Duluth East is. You'll see this. You pick up the loose ball and get it down the court real fast. Nice quick pass, one bounce into the hoop right there.
Reitmeyer 0 for 2 so far. And she misses the rim and everything on that one. Kind of had a Shaquille O'Neal look to it.
That was, yeah. Don't take lessons from him.
No. Reineman was swinging around. And a steal. Here comes Charbonneau. And she'll lay it up and in. Jenny Charbonneau has 8 points in the game.
Nice play by Jenny Charbonneau, creating these turnovers now against Duluth East.
The Bengals have quietly pushed this out to a 7-point lead, make it 5 now.
Yeah, they were on like a 6-0 run there for a while.
Three-pointer by Ryder, misses everything. And it'll be the Bengals ball after a discussion.
It made Coach Ryder happy.
Yeah, he was up momentarily there.
He said, okay, that's the way I want it.
Long inbound pass out to Charbonneau. Ryder had an open look, but she tries to dribble into the paint, gets cut off there. Here's Charbonneau. Looking out on top of Sorensen, swing it around to Ryder. Inside, Reitmeyer with the turnaround, a little strong, and coming away with it is Reineman. Up ahead, and offensive foul will be the call. And
well, I don't know about that. You'd have to take a look at it here. If we get the replay on it, was Ryder planted? I think that's a good call. That was a good call. You got there just in time, took that charge.
Foul will go on Lindsay Whitlinger as she's seeing her first playing time tonight. Number 32 for the Greyhounds. She'll be guarding Reitmeyer right now. Jessica Mercier back in the game for the Bengals. Ryder drives into traffic and a layup up and in.
Nice job by Stephanie Ryder driving the lane. She's having more success there than outside the arc, so maybe that's what she needs to do is put it in there and it'll loosen up on the outside.
11 points for Ryder, and I'm not sure how that's not traveling as the Duluth East player, Carrie Stallmacher, I should say, had to roll off her head while she was running under the basket, but
that's why I wasn't traveling.
Apparently not. Off the miss, Reitmeyer will come away with it.
It's not traveling when you have it on your head.
Okay, I'll have to remember that rule. Mercier out to Sorensen. They'll reset the offense. Off to Charbonneau. Charbonneau with the shiny shoes. I didn't notice that until just now. She got metallic pink shoelaces. And Sorensen drives and lays it in.
Nice bucket. Blaine is now having some success driving inside the basket, inside the lane, and making the baskets inside rather than outside. Duluth East has decided to take away the outside shot of Stephanie Ryder.
Well, the Greyhounds call a timeout as Coach Carol Zanardi would like to talk things over with her troops as the Bengals have pushed it back out to a 9-point lead. Let's take another look at the basket by Sorensen.
Nice drive, nice elevation, nice concentration by Kim Sorensen. I tell you, when the smoke clears underneath the basket, a lot of times the person standing there holding the basketball is Kim Sorensen. It's amazing how she can get in there and scrap for that. Being probably the smallest person on the court.
Yeah, she's feisty, and maybe that's why she can get away with it. Nobody can see her.
That's right. That's what
she comes in under the radar. And
where did she come from?
But she's quick, and that's where it comes from. Is she's got great speed, and she takes advantage of it.
Absolutely. She tracks down. Like I said, there was 2 or 3 times Stephanie Ryder missed those 3-pointers, and Kim was in on those rebounds, tracking them.
And we're going to have a this will probably be a 30-second timeout as the Greyhounds in danger of a 5-second call.
Timeout, Duluth.
So they'll come back and reset things, and
they didn't see what they wanted out there from the Blaine defense.
well, I think part of it too is the Bengals came out pressing a little bit, and they weren't expecting that.
Yep.
Because I know Coach Ryder and I talked about that before the game, and he was a little bit worried, as I mentioned earlier, about the Bengals' overall foot speed, and didn't really want to press much tonight because he was worried about Duluth East getting behind the defense, and that's why Sorensen's been about the only player out there really putting pressure on in the full court. Nice job hustling on the play by Mercier.
Mercier getting her arms in there in front of the ball, doing what she's supposed to do. We're going in the zone here now, defense.
Reineman has it nearly stolen away. And her shot up and in. Reineman with her first field goal of the game.
Reineman, she had a lot of attempts at that, trying to make it. She had a nice touch on that shot, though.
Jackie Kelly now in the game for the Bengals, coming off that timeout. Wegahop will be called for her second team foul, 5th on the team, or second personal foul, 5th on the team, as she wipes out Sorensen.
Yep.
Ryder's 3 doesn't go. Sorensen once again with the rebound, and she fires it up and in.
You notice on that play, she did a little head fake to the left and then moved to her right. It threw everybody off, and then she had a clear shot. Nice look at the basket.
I've noticed they moved Sorensen off of Reineman too, as Jackie Kelly is defending her now. And we'll have a travel call.
Yeah, they didn't need that turnover on that one, especially now this late in the game. You're this close to the 9-point deficit here. You need to get back in the game.
Here's Sorensen as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. Mercier off to Sorensen. And we'll have a foul away from the ball. And that one's going to be called on Whitlinger. She'll pick up her 2nd foul and 6th on the team.
I think she was getting a little rough with.
Well, they changed the
Reitmeyer.
Doesn't go. Actually, that foul was on Katie Freeman. Here's Freeman into the double team. Kick it back out to Reineman. Reineman looking to the far side. The Wegahop back to Reineman. Into the paint. Near side. Freeman blocked by Mercier. Gets it back. And we'll have a jump ball as she takes it right into Reitmeyer. We'll have to take another look at that. A beautiful block by Jessica Mercier.
And that was all ball in that block, too. The hand came up. You could hear it out here.
Yep.
And then they called for a jump ball. It was a nice play. Nice play.
Bengal defense gets the crowd into it.
Crowd
2
loves
seconds.
those blocks.
Ryder's shot doesn't go, and Mercier's shot doesn't count. At the end of the quarter, the score, Bengals up by 9 by a score of 39-30.
Well, it was a much better quarter by the Bengals as far as keeping the ball with ball control and out rebounding and moving the ball up the court a little bit quicker. Turnovers are hurting Duluth East right now. They're giving it up too much in the offensive end, which takes away their chances of scoring. So they got a big task ahead of them here now in this 4th quarter, 8 minutes with a 9-point deficit.
And the momentum on the fouls is we'll take another look at this block.
Mercier way extended up there. Hit it right at the top of the shot.
That's the apex, we call it in the business.
That's right. I was going to use the word apex, Dave, but I didn't know if you knew what that meant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're okay with that, Apex?
Yeah.
I love that word.
Yeah, I was going to say the momentum has shifted in the free throws as well. Only 1 of 2 from the line for Duluth East after going 8 of 12 in the first half. So the Bengals have definitely cut down on the fouls and the free throw attempts for the Greyhounds. Reineman off to Wegahop. Back to Reineman. And it's picked off by Ryder. Ryder will pull it back out. She didn't have numbers. Oh my. She tried to throw it off the leg of Whitlinger, but apparently didn't connect, and it's out of bounds as she was trapped.
It connected after it hit out of bounds, and then it hit her.
Okay.
So
Dad wasn't too happy about that.
No, he wasn't. Right in front of Dad and the referee and everybody.
Yep. Wegahop
there,
has it
she got it
stolen
back
away.
again.
Ryder this time will get it inside to Sorensen, and what's the call going to be? Looks like we'll have a foul inside, and that will go on Freeman, and that's her 5th. Megan Freeman has now fouled out of the game.
Yeah, that was a reach.
With 7:22 left to go, and she'll finish up the night with 8 points. That's what she had in the first half. Sheila Leiter in the game.
That was a tough call. Stephanie Ryder's had 2 steals in a row here.
And Sorensen will hit the first. A 1-and-1 attempt, by the way, as the Bengals now in the bonus. She misses the second, and we're going to have an over-the-back call on Mercier. That's her 3rd foul, but only the 3rd team foul here on the Bengals in the second half. And I think Mercier will sit down as I see Osborne and Charbonneau checking back in. Reitmeyer will also grab a seat as well.
Well, Duluth East has to come down here and get a bucket. They've been not on the board here for probably the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, they've yet to score here in the 4th quarter. Only scored 5 points in the 3rd. And Whitlinger's shot doesn't go, but she will go to the line to shoot 2. And it looks like Sorensen's going to be called for her 2nd foul.
Her 2nd team score. Shooting for Duluth East, number 34, Michaela Leiter.
14 fouls now on the Bengals as Sorensen comes over and gets some words from Coach Ryder. And Whitlinger will hit her first free throw. And she hits the second. So she cuts the lead to 8. Charbonneau will bring it up for the Bengals, looking for some help. Gets it off to Ryder.
That looked like a handoff in football there.
There you go. And that time the handoff intercepted by Reineman, and we'll have a jump ball. Bengals will keep possession. Nice hustle getting in there by Jackie Kelly.
Yeah. Things are not running real smooth here for the Bengals. I don't think this is their A game going on right now.
Ryder will drive to the paint, nearly travels. Oh. Somehow she got that one to go.
She had that double hop going. She kept the ball on the floor, though, and found the basket.
She just kind of shoved that one into the hoop.
She did, yeah.
Back to a 10-point lead for the Bengals. Wegahop for 3, in and out. And Reitmeyer, no, check that. Osborne will come away with it. One of these days I'll get her name right.
I know it.
And Kelly for 3, in and out. And Osborne can't come away with the rebound that time. Long pass up ahead, intended for Wegahop. Nice job by Charbonneau to save it. And
that's not gonna...
the Bengals turn it right back over.
And all the coaches are standing up with their hands on their hips going, what are you doing?
Yes, let's play some basketball here.
Okay.
This is not football.
That's right. Saw a couple fly patterns and square outs going there.
Exactly.
A lot of incomplete passes.
Charbonneau running the post. Reineman as they pass it around the perimeter, back over to the far side to Freeman. In and out, nearly got away from her. Duluth East doesn't really have this much time to be this patient on offense, down by 10. We're at 5.5 minutes. Reineman with a long three-pointer, nothing but the bottom of the net from about 25 feet.
Okay, what made her decide to shoot the ball at that particular point in time? I don't know. She kind of looked to the sidelines. Okay, I'll let it go.
That's only her second field goal
that
of the night.
That was a bomb.
And she was nearly to the half-point
I think
circle.
did that come from Champlin?
And that'll go off the Bengals timeout called, and Coach Zanardi's going to bring him over and ask the same question of Reineman. One of two questions, either what were you doing or do it again.
I think this late in the season, when it's do or die, you go ahead, do it again.
Yep, exactly. As I mentioned,
see if you can do it again.
She hasn't had many attempts tonight. Most of her points have come from the free throw line, but that's only her second shot of the night, and well, she drilled that one.
Yeah, she did.
She was out near the half-court circle. Well, 5:09 left to play as the Bengals lead has been cut to 7 points.
They were hanging on to that 10-point lead for most of the third quarter and into the part of the fourth quarter now. So, you know, Duluth East isn't going away. Blaine's not running away with this thing just yet. And we've got a few folks with Blaine that's in foul trouble also.
Yeah, definitely 3 on Sarah Osborne, 3 on Jessica Mercier. Other than that, not too bad. Sorensen with 2. And there you get a good look at Coach Steve Ryder along with Rick Swanson and Chuck Sater helping him out.
And you can see that the bench on Blaine is a little bit deeper than what they have on the Greyhounds bench.
And long pass. Nice save by Charbonneau, but Reitmeyer steps back over the line. Over and back will be the call.
Trying to prevent what it was. She did it, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 8 turnovers on the Bengals tonight. Not too bad. Pressure on Whitlinger. And this time Reineman will try another 3. And Sorensen trips as she comes out of the pack, but saves the dribble.
Reineman all over the court now for Duluth East, trying to make things happen.
Yeah,
knowing time's running out.
Yep, she's their spark plug. Sorensen will dump it off. And by the way, Jim, speaking of Bengals Brain Trust, had an opportunity to talk with Ray Kirch earlier tonight as he was here enjoying the festivities.
Good. How's Ray doing? I know that he's no longer with the AD with Blaine.
Reitmeyer, by the way, with the 2-point shot. Yeah, he has temporarily retired. He's decided to spend some more time with his family for the time being. His father with some medical problems and doing some volunteer work as well. And looking at some possible AD jobs in the fall. And contrary to the rumor that's been floating around Blaine for the last couple of years, I think, he is not planning on going to Minnetonka, he told me.
Following in the wake of Coach Dave Nelson?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Sorensen shot off the side. And Reitmeyer will come away with the rebound. So he said, yep, he goes, tell everybody, let them know I'm not going to Minnetonka.
Well, if you can do that on air, then that's got to be bona fide. If he's allowed you that.
You may see, he had mentioned a possibility of maybe heading down to Eden Prairie, so we'll see about that. And the shot there by Osborne off the back iron, and the Bengals just continue to rebound, getting second, third, fourth chances, and this time it'll be Osborne heading to the line to shoot 2.
Osborne working hard underneath the baskets, basket at both ends, and coming up with a free throw. Nice drop step and up for the attempt.
Well, Stallmacher will be called for her third. Osborne 3 of 3 now from the free throw line tonight. And she makes them both. Nice looking free throws for Sarah Osborne.
Nice job.
And she pushes it out to an 11-point lead, the biggest lead by the Bengals tonight. Pass nearly getting away from Freeman. And that'll go off the leg of Ryder. They'll call it a kicked ball.
Yeah, Reineman looking for somebody to move on that Duluth East offense, and they're not setting picks or anything. They're just kind of stale.
And stepping on the end line was Katie Freeman.
Yep. Reineman can't do it all herself. She's got to have some help in there, and you can tell she's in there trying hard.
Full court pressure now by Duluth East, but the Bengals break it easily. Ryder trying to get it inside to Osborne. And swinging around to Sorensen. Sorensen looking for Reitmeyer. Charbonneau goes down in a heap, but no call. Charbonneau gets herself open, goes in, makes the contact, and gets the bucket.
Charbonneau right over the top.
Well, she was bound and determined to get a foul on that play, but they wouldn't give it to her.
No, she fell on twice.
Reineman nearly lost it as she got the pass over to the near side to Wegehopt. Wegehopt will be fouled, and Sorensen will be called.
Sorensen with a little reach in there.
That's 3 on her, 5 on the team. Reineman will swing it to Wegehopt. She'll drive in the paint. And off the block, gets it back, gets it off to Leader, and Leader will get her second bucket of the night. Here's Sorensen, down under 2 minutes to play. Bengals in control of this one, up by 11. Shot doesn't go, but Osborne will head to the line.
Well, Osborne can stay hot in the line and getting the ball inside to her to get those fouls.
Well, apparently the Centennial Cougars have seen enough as they are leaving the building, and they will go back and prepare for their game against possibly the Bengals on Friday night. We'll have that game for you here on North Metro 15. You want to come watch a basketball game on Friday, Jim?
I will talk to you later about that.
Okay.
I have an opportunity to watch the St. Cloud State Gopher hockey game that night.
So?
What's my point, right?
Oh, okay, exactly.
Don't you know I'm an avid Gopher hockey fan?
Okay. And the drive and the layup doesn't go, but Reineman will head to the line to shoot 2.
Reineman trying to drive that lane all night and try to make something happen. Not a lot of help from the other players.
Reitmeyer will be called for her 4th foul, team 6th. Funny thing of it is, I'm going to be in St. Cloud all day.
They're not playing in St. Cloud.
Oh, okay. But working radio for the state hockey tournament. And she makes them both.
Oh.
And some in-studio stuff. So then I'm going to have to drive from St. Cloud back down here to Osseo for that game on Friday night. And we'll have a timeout called by the Bengals.
It's just on your way, Dave.
Well, that's kind of what I figured. It was on my way home, so I figured I'd stop and call it. So.
And it looks more and more like the Cougars and the Bengals. A couple of Cats doing it on Friday night.
Yes, indeed. It is a 9-point lead here with a minute and a half to go. And Bengals with possession of the basketball. They could push it out to 11 or 12 here. And Duluth East looking at the end of their season. And you know, they've had a little bit of trouble this year coming down to the cities to play. They're 4-4 against teams in the metro area this season.
Well, when you don't, you know, you come down to the metro area, you're going to play some teams that are good. And, you know, when you're up in Duluth East, you're playing teams that are, you know, not as quality. So it's very tough to adjust to that.
Got to get across the line. They do. Sorensen will find Osborne, and she's hammered. she'll go to the line to shoot 2 more. And the Duluth East player is down and slow to get up. As that's Katie Freeman. She'll be called for the foul, obviously. And she'll walk this one off.
You'll see it here. She goes up, and then she goes down first, and then Osborne came on top.
And
so
I think she might have forced her face into the floor. The one good thing, no bloody nose that we can see, but
nope, she's up and around. I think she'll be okay, but it did sound a little bit scary too.
Yes, and she'll run off, get a nice hand from the crowd. And on Freeman, that should be foul number 3. 10 team fouls. We're in the double bonus now. And Osborne will go to the line to shoot 2 more. She missed her last 2 after hitting 4 or 5. And she'll hit that one. There you go.
You put her back on track, Dave.
I don't think I can take much credit for that. And she misses everything. So you jinxed her, Jim.
I didn't say a word. Or did I have the last word? I guess I did.
Yeah, see, it's your fault. It's always your fault when the Bengals miss a free throw.
I know it is.
Okay.
I will take the responsibility for that.
I'm sure Jessie blamed them all on you whenever she missed, but
always. No, her mom.
Oh, okay. Here's a 3-pointer. Nice arc, and it goes in. First 3 of the night for Wegahop. Check that, 3rd 3 of the night for Wegahop.
Good thing we got a high ceiling in this place. Oh my gosh.
And things getting rough on the floor now as Sorensen and Reineman collide.
I'm glad that score booth over there is padded.
Yep. So Freeman will be called for another foul. That should be 4 on her. And Sorensen and Reineman tangle again. I guess we'll get a foul out of that, or if not, it'd have to be trapping on Sorensen.
Yeah, I would think so. Just
have another
about
look.
5 steps there. I think the hand got caught in there.
So Reineman will be called. That's just her first foul tonight with all the
Reineman's?
Yes. For all the hustle that she's had tonight, that's just her first foul.
Very offensive player.
Sorensen will hit the free throw and push it back out to an 8-point lead. Down under a minute to play here. And the second one rolls out. Here come the Greyhounds on the run. 3-pointer by Reineman off the back iron. And a nice rebound. Kick it out to Wegahop. Freeman has recovered from her injury, but her 3-pointer is a little bit long.
See, that's what they got to do. They got to launch the threes.
And now the foul comes
and make fouls.
Yep. Ryder will head to the line. Stelmacher will pick up her 4th. Ryder makes the first. It's only her 2nd trip to the line. She's 3 of 3 on the night,
which is very surprising too.
She missed the 2nd, and Freeman will come away with it. Long pass ahead to Reineman. Reineman will drive to the basket looking for the foul, and Reitmeyer will pull it down. Here's Sorensen. Nobody can get to her to foul, and now finally Reineman does.
Not much of a foul there, but you have to call that.
Yeah, especially when you know the team's looking for 1-1.
Exactly.
So you don't want them to be tackling people out there. We'll get another look. And
no, just try to prevent that.
Yep, put a hand in the back.
That's a good idea. Well, I think we can definitely put this one in the book and count on that big game on Friday. Now, Dave, has Centennial played Blaine this year?
What was that?
Has Centennial played Blaine this year?
They have not.
Okay.
They're saving it for next year when they join the Northwest Suburban Conference.
I understand they got a wonderful hockey team that's playing this Thursday against another wonderful hockey team, Holy Angels.
Yes, and Tom Dorowski winning Player of the Year honors, so congratulations to him.
I saw that in the paper.
Watch the Minnesota Score magazine, and we will have a nice story on Mr. Dorowski.
Yeah, that'll be very nice.
And the final score, the Bengals win this one by 10, 52-42. Let's see if we can total up some numbers quickly here. 11 points on the night for Kim Sorensen, a good night for her. 14 for Stephanie Ryder, a little bit below her average, but a nice night nonetheless. 9 points for Sarah Osborne, 8 for Charity Reitmeyer, and then Jenny Charbonneau will finish up the night with 12. No bench scoring for the Bengals tonight, all the scoring coming from the starters. Leading the way for Duluth East, I believe, will be Reineman. With all these free throws, it's going to take me a second or two to total all these up. 13 on the night for Reineman, 10 for Wegehopt, 8 points for Megan Freeman as she falls out of the game, 3 for Katie Freeman, 2 for Leader, and 2 for Whitlinger off the bench for Duluth East. Final thoughts, James?
Well, final thoughts are this. Blaine was in control of the game from the start, which is good. It was a little shaky at first. But what surprises me is the low score of the game. A 10-point win for the Bengals, but their average is 62.7 points a game. They give up 41 points a game, so that was right on their average. But you got to give credit to Duluth East. They came in here a smaller team against all odds, against the Blaine number 3 rated team in the state. Nothing to lose, just throw the ball up there and play a game. And they did throw the Bengals off a little bit. But I think when you play some teams like this that are not as good as your team, you kind of play to that level somewhat. So I think Blaine will be up for the Centennial game. It's the next game, step to the state tournament, and you'll see him put it all together. And I think Centennial will give him a good game too. So wish I was there.
Yeah, it should be a great game between two very good teams, and two teams that we've been covering all year here, of course, on North Metro Channel 15. That's going to be a difficult game for me to be neutral in.
Exactly. You've been doing Centennial and Blaine bouncing back and forth. What are you going to do there?
Yeah, we'll just have to do our best and see what we can do, and I'll treat it like a state tournament game and see what we can do.
Well, yeah, exactly. There you go. That's the best way to do it.
All right, the final score. The Bengals win this one by 10 points. They will move on to face the Centennial Cougars in the Section 7 4A championship game. For my partner, Jim Kappelhoff, and the rest of the crew tonight, good night, everybody.
The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. If you like this video, please consider a one-time donation.